Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning, everyone. Once again, it is the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray show, coming to you from Memphis, Tennessee. All things that you want to find out about the outdoors are capable of being found out here on this radio show, whether it's camping, fishing, hunting, bird watching,
yes,
or just about anything that you can think of involving the outdoors.
Yes,
you'll hear it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Yeah.
And so now, without further ado,
there it is,
the oracle of the outdoors, the one and only Larry Ray.
Way to go, Shelby. I don't know, that kind of introduction, I'd hate to be the next guest after that introduction, but
I'm telling you.
But we have to move on, so
we do.
He'll have to accept that. Frank, we got a special guest that you have been involved with the Arca Butler Lake Physically Challenged Deer Hunt several years, and have always been down there with a side-by-side or whatever it might be. So why don't you tell us who's up next on Outdoors with Larry Ray?
Well, we have Rob Hoff, who's the chief ranger down there at Arca Butler, and Rob is in charge now of the Arkansas, or the Arca Butler Physically Challenged Deer Hunt.
Yes.
33 years that the Rangers have put this on down there, and now Rob is the one making it all happen.
Well, Rob, good morning, Rob. How do you do, buddy?
Good morning, Larry. Good morning, Frank. How are y'all?
We're doing great, and I know two rewarding weekends, 2-3 day hunts with how many participants did you have this year, Rob?
We had right at 70 hunters this year.
70 hunters over those 2 weekend hunts, and Rob, I know it takes a while to get over this thing, but we had mentioned earlier that how important are volunteers to this hunt?
Oh, I mean, this hunt would not be possible without volunteers, and not just the volunteers, you know, at the hunt helping the hunters, but it's a year-round process.
It is, yeah. It is. So the hunt, if you had to describe the hunt, give our listeners maybe not familiar with it, even though it's been a part of the Mid-South for 33 years, talk about the merits of the hunt and what you guys do.
So we have a little over 1,000 acres below the dam at Arca Butler Lake that is a no hunting zone, and so the general public cannot hunt there. And we noticed years ago, they noticed years ago that it was becoming a problem. The deer herd was overpopulated in that area, and so they came up with the idea to not only just have a hunt to reduce the deer population, but also to give back to the community and help out physically challenged individuals, get them out in the woods, give them an opportunity to hunt deer. And so over the years, like you said, it's been going on this is the 33rd year.
Wow.
And over the years, it's progressed quite a bit. I think, it keeps getting better and better every year. But we have a slew of volunteers that come out.
Yeah.
They bring their side-by-sides. They bring, four-wheelers, whatever.
Yeah.
And we, the ranger staff and the volunteers, get those hunters out into the woods. We put them in specially designed box stands on the ground that are, handicap accessible, and give them the opportunity to hunt deer where nobody else gets to hunt. And so it's a win-win because they get to experience hunting, and we also keep the deer population in check.
And these hunters come from all over, but they're specifically, you say, physically challenged. To the layman out there, it takes an effort for these folks to even hunt, and you're making something that some people say is impossible So talk about the participants themselves.
Yeah, so speaking of things that we thought was impossible this year, we actually had a young man who's completely blind kill 2 deer.
Come on.
Yeah,
You hear that, Frank?
He's been coming down for a while.
He is
This
legally
this was not his first hunt.
He's legally blind, and he killed 2 deer?
He did, yeah. So technology has helped us out tremendously. His dad sat with him, used a phone scope, so his dad could see what was going on in the scope.
Yeah.
Lined it up for him.
Yeah.
And then he pulled the trigger.
He pulled the trigger.
It happened.
Wow.
That's
wow.
remarkable.
That's remarkable. And Frank, as you hear Rob talk, this event's special to you, Frank. What do you get out of it?
Well, I first heard about it when you wrote about it.
Right. Yeah.
When you were writing for the Commercial Appeal.
That's been a while.
And when you started writing about it, and I said, well, this is a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
And so we reconnected because of the radio show, and then I had an opportunity of volunteering. My father-in-law, when he was alive, was a quadriplegic, and so I have a bit of an affinity for folks with.
I thought you did. Yeah.
With
I remember that.
With that are disabled.
Yes.
And so it is a true blessing for me to be able to participate and be around those folks and watch them enjoy something as much as they enjoy the hunting experience. Not so much the hunt, but being down there with everybody else that are. This is an annual event. Folks come and then they keep coming back, and Rob knows it's a bit of a problem because they've only got 33 stands out there.
That's right. Yeah.
You have to figure out who's going to come when and where, and but watching them enjoy a bit of normality
pretty amazing.
is something to behold.
And I think Frank has captured some of this. I told Rob, hopefully they should be up by now on LarryRay.com. Some of Frank's photographs that were just amazing, Rob, that really shows the experience of the camp because, as he mentioned, this isn't all about killing or hunting. It's about the camaraderie that goes around the campfire and the food. I wish Ron Wong could hear that. He's been there. I know Ron has been there, and so it's a total event that takes a lot of work, Rob. So how successful were we this year?
We ended up with 27 deer over both weekends.
Great, yeah.
It's about an average hunt. It's not our best. It's not our worst, but
you never know what the weather is either. I
was going to say, considering we had 65-degree weather most of the time and a tornado warning.
Yes, coming across through.
Yeah, that second Saturday, we had to pull everybody out of the stands and get them in the bathroom for shelter for just a little while the.
I thought about that. Yeah.
Expired. Yeah.
Yeah, when it was coming through Tunica County and all those areas down in there, and you guys were scrambling to put it on, but it is an event that's you have become the model for other ones around the country. I think when I first wrote about it with Dean Hunter and all those back in those days. You were it, but now other people is like they normally do, and that's a compliment to what you guys do because you guys put a lot of effort into this event, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's like I said, it's a year-round process, and we're still working to improve it every single year.
Well, the food, I know Frank took a picture of the chow and the sitting around the campfire and the camaraderie that goes with this, and I can remember when I did cover it, was down there about every year. You'd be amazed, folks, and you'll get to see some in Frank's pictures about just to get these special folks into the deer stand. Not only does this legally blind gentleman kill 2 deer, but just getting some of them in that they're paralyzed from the neck down, whatever it might be, and to see them do this and I guess, Frank, just to see the smiles on their face too. You're taking some of those pictures, Frank. I could see that in the photographs.
Oh yeah, and watch the smiles on their face, and then watching them. You know, I tell folks the campfire is like every campfire that I've ever been around.
Gene shaking his head
at a hunting camp.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys talk about the same thing. Rob knows. They always they'll talk about this stand's not in the right place. It needs to be pointed a different way. They need to be doing this. They need to be. It's always something. And it's the same thing with any hunting camp.
Yeah.
The same thing, and that's what I really enjoy.
And Rob, I think for 6 days we get some joy and fulfillment and get away from what's going on at Arkabutla, as there's no water and the trees are growing up and everything's happening for you folks down there. This has got to be a relief from that, because I know with the dam problems and everything like that, how much the folks in the community are suffering because of the destination. So you guys here right in the middle of all this depressing news at Arkabutla in the community with no water in Arkabutla Lake. This is something to be proud of, Rob. I mean, I hope you feel that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you're right. It is it's a bright spot, and it's like I told the guys this year at the hunt, we don't need water to deer hunt. So
yes, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, and I think it's kind of like you said, taking the attention off of the negativity, and it's definitely a positive.
Well, we appreciate you, Rob, being on with us again. And again, folks, go to LarryRay.com. We should have Frank's pictures up there. And again, Rob, congratulations on another great year. And we'll talk down the road, okay, buddy?
Sounds good. Thank y'all so much.
Have a Merry Christmas. We'll talk to you, all right? All right, Rob Hoff. All right, we got to take a break. And Gene, you loved that, didn't you?
Yes.
You love to hear something like that.
I can imagine guys sitting around and forget about their injuries and stuff.
Yes. Well, that's an amazing thing. All right, Shelby, can we take a break? And you're going to come back with your trumpet. Get ready. All right, let's take a break on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Be right back.